Hi everybody, how are you? This is Bren from OhioMedium.com. I hope you're all doing very well today. I'm coming to you because I want to do a video on Jayme class, and I want to give an update on what I picked up from Sam Sayers. Um, I want to thank everyone for coming and contacting me. I just want to explain kind of how I work so that when you're contacting me, you understand what to expect. If you come to me for a medium reading to connect with your loved ones, I can get the reading done right there on the spot while you're with me, okay? When it comes to those that are missing through tragedy, such as Jayme Class and even, in Sam Sayers, if you've ever watched psychic detective shows, you see where the police department will go to them, you know, 3, 4 times a month, 3, 4 times a week, and each time they get a little bit more information. And that's kind of how I work. I don't get all of the information right at first, so I need a little bit of time. Like I have had some customers come to me and be like, tell me right now if it's southeast or southwest, and it's like, it takes me a minute. Like I can't just get the information. Sometimes, if spirit is ready to communicate, meaning, the spirit of Sam Sayers, then if that's how you pronounce your last name, then of course I'll get it right away. But, it seems like when they cross over, they're trying to get their bearings together. They're trying to understand, how to communicate. They're until they cross over, they're kind of in a state of confusion, and they're trying to figure things out. That's my impression that I receive. So if you give me a little bit of time, I can come up with the answers. So I just ask that when you do contact me, don't expect it to happen that day, because it doesn't always happen like that. Okay, if you look, it's been like a good month since I had read on Sam Sayers. Hope I'm saying her name right. If I'm not, then it is what it is. But and then yesterday I said, all right, Sam, I am going to get on YouTube and I am going to do a video, and I'm going to say that I have nothing else to say because you haven't come forward with anything. You haven't, you're just quiet. So apparently you're content, and that'll be that. And then right there on the spot, started getting visions. And everything changed from what I had originally thought. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I was assuming that she would be found wedged into something because the vision ended. I seen her fall, and then I'm like, well, why haven't they got you? Why haven't they got you? And I just got an impression like she was hidden. So I just thought, all right, she must have fell and she's just kind of wedged where you can't see her. That's kind of what I thought. And I did see like you know, trees, and it just seemed to me that was it, that we had it done, and I presented the video. But yesterday when I said to her, all right, that's it, I'm going to get on there and say to them that I don't have any more information, I got a quick it wasn't very quick, actually. She kind of took me straight to she fell. That's the honest view of what I've received, is that she fell. And in the vision that I had seen, her left hand looked to be under her, and she was face down, and her arm was kind of funny, was here, and then her legs seemed a little off, like she fell, she broke something, So then I said, okay, so I'm sorry, would you please go on and show me what had happened with you, because, it's time now, let's get you home, And she had showed me a vision where she was walking. It's like if she had walking sticks, she lost them. That's the impression that I got, because she showed me I have been out in nature, and I have followed like a river or a creek, I want to say. I wouldn't say a river, but where it kind of like dries up and then it all just becomes rocks and then it goes into the woods kind of thing. That's the vision that I received. Like I didn't see water or anything, but it just kind of reminded me of like river rock or something, like a whole bunch of white rock, and it just kind of reminded me of like when you're down by the river kind of thing. I don't know, but anyway, I guess it would make sense if it's rocks because of mountains, but it was like low to the ground rocks, like waist rocks, come up to her waist or something. And she's trying to move through it. And I actually started imitating it. I was walking through my living room and I actually kind of like was imitating it like I was walking along like she was. And then my left knee hurt and my right leg gave out. And it feels like, my ankle's twisted, but it feels like, is it the femur? What is it? Is it the bone between the ankle and the knee was fractured or something because it like literally gave out, like like literally I lost my footing on my right side as I was going through this vision with her. And then I said, okay, so what happened with you? Where are you? And I see she showed me a vision where she just sat down and brought her arms up, to like kind of rest. And I thought, okay, is that where you expired? Is that where you passed away? And then I seen another vision of her. So I feel like you're gonna find her maybe sitting where she just got exhausted, or I seen another vision of her where she looked like she was like under, trying to get away from the elements, close to the ground, like under something, like maybe if there was like, maybe she made something, I don't know, but it looked just low to the ground, trees kind of, and she's underneath there, and and I seen her eyes open, and she was freezing, she was cold, and I hope by the grace of God that she found a way to survive, and her eyes open mean that she's alive, but and I hope that that's the case, but I'm not kind of picking it up that way. I'm kind of picking it up that she's passed away, but especially because the vision came through, and I believe it came through from Sam, so I believe that that's how they're going to find her. But miracles have happened. So what I want to get to you from this is, a lot of people are saying, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? And I've seen some videos where somebody is climbing up on the mountains and stuff of that nature looking for her, and I think that's great. But what I recommend is that, I know it's hard when you don't have a lot of manpower, but I would get on the lowest point. I mean, where you can go no lower in the Vesper Mountains. Is that what it was? I can't remember what it was called. I should have looked it up before I got on here. But in those mountains where she was taking that hike, and I would send dogs north, south, east, and west. And I feel it's south, but I would definitely go in all directions. And I would just have those dogs on the trail. Maybe get a brush and have each dog smell the brush. Where she. That's unfair because she had alopecia, but get something that people have not washed or used yet. You know what I mean. Something that would be fresh. With her scent on it, get the dogs to smell it, and take them in and go searching low to the ground. I see like rocks, close to the ground, and then it goes off into woods. So I want to say like southeast or southwest, but I say go in all directions to be sure, because I really, that's what she's showing me. She's showing me that she's in those woods. So that's what I had. That seemed to be the final gist of what I got for her. And I, like I said, I've tried for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then I just wasn't getting anything. And so I believe that was her final message to me, was that, hey, I am here and I do want to be found. I do want to say that she gave me the impression that alopecia was hard on her because she had long, beautiful hair, and then she lost it all. And she gave me the impression that when she was out there in the mountains and hiking, and if you read the articles, which I have read, the family says that she enjoyed being out there, she enjoyed hiking, and she gave me the sense that hiking or being out there in the mountains, out there in the wilderness, was a sense of spirituality to her, and the alopecia did not matter to her. She let go of all things. It was a sense of spiritual connection that she received when she went out there. She was able to clear her head, feel good, feel stronger, feel accomplished, and become closer with, you know, her spirituality. So if she were to die anywhere on the planet, she'd choose there because that was a beautiful place to her. So it's unfortunate that this has happened, but if it could have been anywhere in the world, that if she had a choice, that's where she would have wanted to pass away. So unfortunately, it was just her time, and that's where she was drawn to, and that's where it happened. And I really hope that she's found alive. But I'm going to keep her in my prayers. I'm going to keep her family in my prayers, and I'm going to just keep praying that they find her alive, and that they find, whether she's alive or gone, I want them to bring her home so that the family can, say, okay, we found her, and lay her to rest, or they can bring her home alive and say yay, and move forward. But I'm gonna keep praying, and it's highly unfortunate. So I'm gonna go into Jayme class now. With Jayme class, the information that I received there was hard for me. A lot of people that are looking at this, you understand spirituality, you get it, or as far as like grounding and protecting yourself. And I do my best to ground and protect myself, but and I've been doing it for years, so it's not like I don't know how to do it, but there are times that it feels to me like it's necessary that spirit makes you feel what they're feeling so that you understand what they went through. And for me, I was like, okay, Jayme, I really don't want to know the specifics because I feel heartbroken for a long time. It's like when you watch a horrible detective show and they share the details with you and you just can't get it out of your mind. It's in you for a long time. So I was trying to avoid that. I mean, it's unfortunate, and I'm sorry that things have happened, but I really didn't want to get into the hard stuff. But it's like she had to push upon me what she was feeling in order for me to understand the reading. And I tried for nights and nights and days and mornings, and believe me, man, I was trying to really connect with her, and I was having a hard time. And I thought, okay, well, she's just crossed over. Leastwise, that's how I'm feeling. Okay, I pray they find her alive. I really pray that she's alive. Okay. I really pray that the information that I'm receiving is from her spirit guides, from her loved ones that have crossed over, because I feel grandparents on the other side, and generations back. So I pray that that's them bringing this information forward. But the energy that was pressed upon me, that I felt like it was, I know for a fact it was coming from Jayme. I know it, and it just feels as if she's in the light, like she's crossed. But anyway, I had tried to focus on her energy in the evening, because for you guys, I'll give a quick little lesson here. Anytime that, you can do it yourself, you can quiet down your minds, and just ask Jayme Kloss to show you something, to give you, say, hey, Jayme, I just would like to bring you home. Could you please show me something? Tell me where you are, and do it right before you go to bed at night, because when the mind is relaxing, the consciousness rises, so you receive quite a bit of information. And believe me, if you do it at night, you're going to be shocked at the information that you receive, because most of the time, if I do it at night or right when I wake up in the morning, when you're not quite awake and there's a possibility that you might fall back to sleep, that's the right time to do it. You get information because your mind is out of the way. Your mind is down here, and like, what is it, delta, down here, the lowest. And then when your mind is down here, your consciousness rises and spirit can come through and communicate with you. I want to slow down a minute here because I want to remember the first vision that I had received. The very first thing that I tried to do was connect with Jayme. And I had a hard time doing it, which I thought, okay, maybe she's alive right now. Maybe that's why it's hard. And then I started concentrating on Jayme Class's mother, Diane, and James, to find out, because you got a physical brain over here operating, aside from spirit, and you're like, oh, all these ideas start running through your head. Oh, well, Jayme probably had a boyfriend, and it became a hot mess, and he wanted her, and she probably said, well, my parents won't let you, and he got rid of the parents, and then they ran off together, because that has happened. And then I thought, well, maybe she didn't have such a great relationship with her parents, and she told somebody, and this is why it happened. So I had to shut that out and stay focused. And I called upon Diane and Jayme, or James, the father, excuse me. And I immediately heard the father say, the apple of my eye, which is an endearing statement. He is telling me that he is close with his daughter, and his daughter is close with him. They're close. So I didn't feel that there was any problems there. And then I had, concentrated on Diane, and she had said, my baby girl, my baby girl, my baby girl. So I feel as if, Diane, if she passed second, that her immediate thoughts, after what had happened to her husband, if in fact he was shot first, went straight to her daughter. And then, when she passed away, she had immediate fear, not because she knew her life was going to be taken, because she knew she couldn't save her daughter. What could she. So when she crossed over into spirit, that worry, that concern was with her. And I feel as if, I'll tell you one thing, since I've been concentrating on this case here, and it happened a lot with Molly Tibbetts, but it's definitely happening a lot here. I'm always hearing a man's voice. I'm always seeing it's like white. It's not see-through white. It's just like white pieces of energy floating. I just going, I can. It's so I feel that is Jayme's, parents or loved ones that are coming through to say, hey, we're here to kind of guide you, because I'm always trying to concentrate on it, to get information. So after I had gathered the assumption that she had a close relationship with her parents, I thought, okay, so Jayme, I really need you to tell me what had happened. And I didn't get anything. And the next day I tried again, and I did get a vision, but I couldn't seem to get a hold of Jayme. And I thought, okay, great, well then maybe she's alive. That means that she's alive, so that's wonderful. And then the next day when I got a vision, I had said, well, what kind of car pulled up in the driveway? Was there a car that pulled up in the driveway? Because in my mind, over here, without the psychic stuff, I thought, well, it seems to me like if they were there within 4 minutes after the 911 call, which is plenty of time to get out, but I mean, wouldn't they have seen cars passing one? I don't know, but I thought, well, maybe this person came in through the woods and did this and then left through the woods and then went to go get in their car. So I had to set that aside so that I could get visions on what had happened. And I was asking, did a vehicle pull up in your driveway? And I seen like mud. I wonder if it's muddy. Usually I do my research, but I wonder what the weather was that night. If it was damp out, because I seen what looked like tire tracks. And then I seen somebody like walking very fast, but I only seen the bottom of their shoe. So I can still see the shoe. I should have looked that up too, because I could point the shoe out. I swear to goodness. But the shoe, I didn't see the size of the shoe, but I seen the make of like what type of shoe it was. It wasn't like a Nike tennis shoe kind of thing. It was I can't explain it, guys. But anyway, I seen the bottom of the shoe and it was white, and it was leather white. So I bet you that's what they were wearing. And I tried to turn. Well, I'm gonna jump ahead. So that's what I had seen that day. And then, I'm trying to concentrate on the energy, and um, that night I went to bed and I said, Jayme, or maybe not that night. I don't think it was that night. It was a few days later. And I said, Jayme, I really need you to, come to me and tell me what had happened with you. What happened with you? And as I was going to sleep, as my mind was relaxing, I was still awake, but you know how you get to that point, and I could still hear my fan going in the room. I could still hear everything, but as my mind was relaxing, I felt it was honestly kind of weird. It was honestly kind of weird because I really, truly, honestly, with all of my heart and soul, felt like she took me right into right into her house. I felt like I was in a different state, or I don't mean state like, I mean spiritual state. I don't mean like Wisconsin. I mean like trance, I guess, trance state. I can't explain it. It was different. I felt a vibration. It was definitely different. It was definitely different. That's all I can say. Anyway, so she had I had asked her what had happened, and I got the vision of her house, and then I didn't see what happened at the front door. I didn't see if they shot the door down, kicked the door down, wait till the dad got there and shot him. I didn't see that, but I did see the individual in the house. And I feel like she took me. This is what I feel like happened in this vision. I feel like Jayme, because it was after midnight, she was probably sleeping. I feel like after midnight, okay, she was probably sleeping, and she heard the gunshot when her dad got shot. That's the impression that I'm getting. I'm not saying I've seen this, so let's get it straight so that when the comments come in here, I'm not saying I've seen it. I'm getting the feeling, I'm getting the impression that her dad was shot and she heard it. And then when she came out, I feel she's seen her mom get shot. It's because the reason why I feel that way is because when I got taken, I seen the outside of the house, I seen the door of the house, and then I'm right inside the house. Like I bypassed walking in. I got taken right into like I don't know. I don't know if it's like a foyer or if it's like a kitchen or what, but it's I seen like a table over here, and it looked like something was on it. It looks like there's a table over to the left or something, but it looks like the kitchen was kind of like over here. It's like you go in and, the kitchen and stuff is back here. Dining area is kind of set off a little bit, or there's a table set off where you can have breakfast or something. And I seen this man, I'm hearing whistling. Anyway, outside, not spirit whistling, but real stuff going on out there. I seen this man waving around something, and I thought, okay, is this a shot-off shotgun? Is this a rifle? Is this a bat and a gun? Because I seen something like he's like waving it around, and then I hear him, say stuff, and then I'm in this like trance state or something, and I can feel the vibration, and then I hear it. And I'm telling you, oh my goodness, I can still feel the vibration. I hear the most gut-wrenching, make you cry, want to rescue type of scream. And I hear Jayme scream, no! I mean, it was from the bottom of her gut. I mean, it was just so frightening. And oh my God, I came up and I was opening up my eyes, and I'm still hearing it, and it just stayed with me, man. I'm raising up out of bed, and it's still there, and I'm vibrating the noise, and I'm coming through the hallway, and it's still vibrating, and I'm coming through the living room, and it's still vibrating, and I'm just like, Lord, I am so sorry. I pray for this girl right now. I started praying because I just felt like, oh my God, I was so, oh, jeez. So, I definitely got the impression that for sure that she definitely seen one of her parents get shot, if not both of them, but I know for sure she's seen something. And even if it was afterwards that she came out and seen them, but I don't think so. I think she's seen it and she screamed out. I do. Gosh, I prayed. So anyway, then, afterwards, I did my praying and tried to calm down and kind of get out of that vibration, that, because it felt like I was literally in another place. So anyway, after I got my bearings together, I forgot to say that when I was asking her to show me before, I forgot all about this. This is why this ties in what I said at the beginning, where I asked her to kind of like not give me the details because I didn't want to be feeling something, like the pain and stuff that she went through. But when I was trying to ask her to show me before the scream, I got such bad anxiety. That's another reason why I feel that she did see something. Like my heart was just like, and I literally felt, I have felt like that before, and I have taken myself to the hospital to have my heart checked. So, I mean, I pulled in, I took a deep breath, I got up and I walked through the house and I said, it's Jayme, just calm down, just breathe yourself, just breathe. And I said, Jayme, I understand. Thank you for giving me the impression, but could you please pull that energy off of me? Because I don't want you to hurt me. You can make my heart go crazy, and I don't want to end up in the hospital. So I need you to understand that you can hurt somebody. So let's just back that off a little bit, okay? And I calmed down, and then I went and I laid down, and I started concentrating on it again. And that's when I started getting the visions, and then I heard the no, and then I got up and started walking the house again and praying for her. So, then, like within the next couple of days, I tried to say, okay, I need you to now, Jayme, show me what happened to you then. Like, where did you go? What kind of car did they take? Can you tell me who took you? Like, give me something so that we can get this person or we can find you. And I kept saying, did the car pull in the driveway? Am I right to say that a vehicle didn't pull in the driveway, and that this person, did it from the woods, took you out, and got in a car, and I got the feeling based off what I was receiving that because I did see like she was standing up and somebody grabbed her like to take her, and she was of course resistant, and I almost feel like they picked her up and took her like, you're coming. And I did not see the vehicle in the driveway. That's why I'm wondering what are the police going to say? Were there police was there a car there? Did they hide the car? What happened? Anyway, but I did see Jayme. It's like they got her where they wanted her, they put her in the vehicle, and then she sat down. So the vehicle was tall enough or big enough to where she could sit down, bring her knees up to her chin, and kind of put her hands over her face. She was scared and crying. And so it feels like it's not a car. It feels like it is. I did see in the newspaper articles that somebody said that it was an SUV of some type. I don't see that it's an SUV of some type, but I get the feeling that it's an SUV of some type. It's a big vehicle anyway. If it's a car, it's big, it's got room in it. And I get the impression, now I could be wrong, but I get the impression that the vehicle, and I didn't read this is me telling you, I got the impression that maybe they did the crime in one video or in one car, and then they had another car put off and away. And when I say put off and away, I seen a car. I didn't see a car. I seen a bigger vehicle. I can't really tell what it is. I don't believe it's a car, but I seen a vehicle, and it looked like something was over, like the hood of it. The front end was sticking out, but it looked like they were trying to hide it or something. And the color of the vehicle was red. It was a bright red, like it was a little brighter than a stop sign color red. It was red. So as plain as day red, plain as day red. So it's almost um, like a red vehicle is going to be involved. Um, so then I was trying to ask Jayme to um, give me. I'm sure that just looked weird. Me sitting there licking my lips. I zone off because I'm trying to remember. Sorry. Anyway, I'm trying to stay in rhythm with how I've received the information. Before I get to where I think they might find her, I was trying to concentrate on who took you, who, you know, tell me. And I did pick up names, um, and I wrote it down in my notebook on the computer, and then the darn thing shut down, and I went to go get the information. And the information that I did save was there, but the information that I didn't save wasn't there. So the names um, were erased. I do remember hearing Steve Young, and it doesn't mean that the name is Steve Young. It means S and Y. I think I picked up a K and an M. I don't know. I have to really. I have to concentrate on that to get more to do it again. You know what I mean? But right now I'm going to set that aside because I don't know. I'm going to set that aside, okay? So then when I was trying to concentrate on who, that weird guy who did not freak out when that dude showed up in their house on the day of Jayme's parents' funeral to grab her clothes. And he's like, oh, I just wanted to know what size she was. I would have picked up that prison, that jail cell or whatever, that jailhouse, and I would have picked it up and threw that boy underneath it, and he wouldn't have left that place. He would have stayed there. I mean, because listen, if he's creepy enough to go into somebody's house on the day of their funeral and steal that girl's clothes after knowing what happened, then he's going to be doing something else weird to somebody else. So that dude needs to be off the streets. And if he hears this, I'm telling you, you need to be off the streets. Freaking weirdo. I can't even believe the cop. Oh, well, we didn't connect him. How do you know that? I hope they gave him a polygraph test, because how do you know that he was not, this is not me speaking as a psychic right now. This is me talking as Brendan. This is me being a person. Like, I know everybody. I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. But how do you know that somebody wasn't like, hey, go in there and get some clothes for her. We took her and all she's got is her nightgown. How do you know that? Like, that dude right there really gets underneath my skin. Whew. So I'm going to slow it down. But when I got the impression of who took you, I really did get like reddish tones to the hair, brownish reddish tones. Not as red as that dude's hair, but it did seem that way to me. So I don't know, because I did not get Molly's hair right until like the day they found her. Then I heard alien and I seen the dark hair. I did actually see the dark hair a couple weeks before that because I emailed myself, but that doesn't matter. I'm just saying that I might not have the hair color right. I might not get it until later on, and I will try to focus on more information, but just remember that it doesn't come lickety split. It takes me a while. And I know that's unfortunate when you want to hurry up and find her, but I can't help the way that the information comes through. You know, I know there's others, spirit mediums that could probably do it a little faster, but I'm not one of them. This is how I work when it comes to this. It's if you come to me for a medium reading, I can do it right there. But this is different. These people have gone through tragedy, and if they have crossed over, they're having a hard time coming through. So it's just different. But anyway, all right. So I started asking her, where are you? Like, what did they do with your body? If you're gone, what did they do with your body? And I heard behind. And I'm like, behind what? And, I kept saying it because I'm like, behind what? Behind, tell me. And I heard like behind construction, behind factory, behind plant. And I'm like, I don't think this has anything to do with it. I think that maybe this is another spirit trying to come in. Maybe she'll be found there, but I don't get that. Maybe it has something to do with it. I don't know, but I just set that aside. And I kept saying, please, please, please show me where they took you. And then I see a freeway, and I can't remember. I know 80 runs through Wisconsin because I did a little research on that, and it was weeks ago, but I cannot remember if it runs south, north, south, east, or west. And anyway, I seen them in a vehicle, and I want to say too that I feel there's two men involved. I feel that their skin color is different. One's lighter, one's darker. Um, I feel like one person did the crime, then there was two people, and then there was a few more people. I do want to say, unfortunately, before I get into what happened when I was traveling to get to her, um, is that I heard the word exploitation in the beginning, and that bothered me. And I feel that the individual that committed the crime had access to the computer. I feel that the person watched Jayme. I feel like her eyes and her hair is what he was attracted to. I feel that he watched her, like he's seen her on school grounds. You know, he may have been watching from the woods. He may have creeped up on their house and looked in the windows. I feel this person knew exactly, when they went to bed, where they slept, so on and so forth. So that's the impression that I get from this person. And I feel that when they get because they did take computers and stuff, and I feel like when they get to that part of the investigation, that something's going to come through somehow. That they find a connection that helps them somehow. I'm not saying that Jayme was communicating with them. I'm not going to insinuate anything. I'm just going to say that I feel like there's going to be a something coming in my eye. That there's going to be something that the police can use that comes through the computers that they're investigating. So I had asked Jayme to show me where they took her, and I felt, okay, I saw. I don't care if I'm saying I seen, and I don't care if I'm saying I saw. You guys want to correct my grammar? Go for it. We'll put it down there in the comments. And Molly Tibbetts, it's I seen, it's I saw, it's I saw. I don't care if it's I seen, I don't care if it's I saw, okay? Who gives a rat's? Let's concentrate on the important stuff, okay? So I had seen them going down the road, and I felt like there were several people in the vehicle with her, and she was in the back. And I feel like they were going down Route 80, and I feel, well, I don't feel it. I seen it. I seen I saw. I feel like I saw sounds inappropriate to me. I don't know. Perhaps because I like I seen, and I've been saying it that way for a long time. But I seen a sign that says that I'm a little confused on what I seen. It's either 5859 or 3839 and possibly 35. So if those routes intervene or come into 80, where you can be on 80 and get off one of those routes, that's where you need to go. And the car went off to the right, and the car got off of there and went off to the right, it seems like. And then this right, it seems like it was a dead-end road. And I say that because it just seems that way. It's like the very last house, the road stops kind of right there. I mean, it's, and the house is kind of this way. It's not this way. It's kind of this way. And I seen a house where it was dark when I seen it. So I guess I'm seeing what Jayme seen, if in fact she was there. Um, it seems off white. It might be a light gray or something, but it seems off white. It seems like it's a light color during the day. It seems like a white or off white to me. And you got like two steps, and then there's like a little area that you walk up on, and then the door's right there, and there's like an awning, and there's poles that hold the awning up, like the little roof area that comes out right there. And there's two windows here, and then they go in, and I get the impression that there's wood on the floors because I seen Jayme on the floor, and then she was scooting towards the door as if to get out. I do pick up too that the person that committed the crime is there, and that I see computers. So I feel like this person is he gets into the computer thing. There were phone calls made, and there were a few other people there. And what's odd to me is that I thought I had picked up that Jayme was in like a short sleeved shirt when she had left the house. I could be wrong on that, because then when she's at this house, she's in a jacket. It's like they gave her a jacket to wear. Um, and some of these visions, it's like she covers her face or something. I don't know what that's about, but I think it's so that she can't see what's going on. I don't know. I'm gonna pull away from that because I feel really sick to my stomach and scared when I concentrate on that energy. It doesn't feel good to me. It feels like she's scared. Of course she's scared, but I feel that fear in my belly. Um, I wish I could just pull her right on out of that, but so then I get the impression that they made a phone call or something, and then it's like they're gonna go somewhere, and then it stops. Then the vision stops. The house, in the back of the house, has like an open field, it seems to me, and I kept asking Jayme. I said, "Look, I have got to get to where you're at. You've got to show me, because you do have family. You do have people in America that never even met you, that are praying for you and that want you to be found, alive or dead. So I need you to really focus and try to stand by your body if in fact you're gone, and tell me where you're at." So I can say this. Anytime Spirit says to me, "Arrest, arrest, arrest," the individual's going to get arrested. So they are going to find the person. And there are people the thing that bothers me most is that there are people that know something about this and they're saying nothing. And I know this because I've seen it in a vision, and I'll tell you about it in a sec here. But even when I was doing Molly Tippett's case, I heard there's going to be an arrest. There's going to be an arrest. There was an arrest. There was arrest. And when you hear that, there's going to be an arrest. So they're definitely going to be captured. So I asked her to show me, where are you? And I seen cops, police, and they had a dog in front of them. And I seen this gentleman with the police hat on, and like a jacket because it was cold, and walking a dog. And it was like a road, a ditch, and then you gotta it's like you gotta go up a little bit of a hill, and he's kind of like going through there because maybe they get a hint. Maybe somebody calls in a tip and says, "Hey, this is where you're gonna find her," or what have you. But it's near the woods. So I see that this must lead. They must get a big tip or something, and they go on another search and they find her, or something to that nature. But she does show me that they find her. So I'm like, okay, so that's a great vision, but it didn't show me that you're found. So where are you right now? Show me where you are. And then I was looking down at the ground, and I'm traveling through woods, and I seen, like, from the torso down, like a body was laying there, and it seemed to be exposed, but the head was covered for some reason. Like, I can't see the head. I can't see from like here up, but I can see the bottom part of the body. And I said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And if that is in fact yourself, I'm sorry." And I said, can you tell me exactly how to find you. Like, I would like to be able to tell the police department or somebody in the world, hey, you get on 80, you get off on 30 something, and you go to the right, and, I'd like to tell them kind of like how to get to you. And she had said to me that, well, she didn't say anything. She showed me another vision. And I seen a bridge, and from where I was standing, the bridge is like this way. From the vision that I had seen, it's kind of this way. So, and cars are going over it, so that's an overpass. And then there's a river underneath it. And the river it's like she's telling me that's where she's near. She's near water. She's near this area. And, maybe they got to look in the water, but I don't think so. I think she's very close to it. But if you can go down 80 and get off of like the numbers that I had said, what was it, 38, 39, 35, 58, 59, if those routes if there is an off ramp from 80, and I would say 19 to 20 minutes away from that, from where she was abducted. I just heard an hour, so I don't know if it's 20 minutes to an hour away, but that can't be hard to figure out because there's only going to be 138 to get off, so or 139 to get off, you know what I mean? It's not like get off 38 here, get off 38 here, get off 38 here, get off, it's just a one-time deal and you get off. If you miss it, you got to turn back around. But anyway, if you can get off that area and there's an overpass bridge with river underneath it, then that's the route you got to take to get her. And I can't be any more specific than that. I really need to do like a Google Maps and go figure it out because I haven't done it yet. I just now got most of my information just yesterday. Not most of it, but I guess the rest of it. And there was more that I wanted to say here. I think I'm missing something. She showed me another vision where I was on the other side of the creek on the other side of the river. So I feel like they were there in that area. Oh, I heard fishing cabin, fishing cabin, like they might have taken her to a fishing cabin, or fishing was involved, or they liked fishing or something, fishing cabin. I heard it several times, so it seems like maybe that house might have been a fishing cabin. I don't know, but that's kind of what I picked up. And I did pick up in the very beginning, like they went to a hotel or a motel or something of that nature, then they moved and went to that house. But I do feel like there were several stops. Now, I did hear, I will stop to say, and this is going to throw everybody off, but I did hear like Detroit, Delaware, and I'm like, they took her to Detroit, Michigan? And then I'm like, just remember that sometimes when you hear Detroit, Delaware, it means D's. So they could have taken her to a D city, a D county, a D township, a D, it doesn't mean specifically Detroit, Michigan. It just means a D, a location with a D it seems. So I'll have to do more research, and I will do it. I have customers waiting for readings, so I've got to get those out. And I teach spiritual development courses. I've got to get, those done, and I will, try to get back into the energy and try to pick up more information. But that is all that I have right now on her location. So if you guys could do some research off of what I said and see what you come up with, that would be great. I'm going to do it as well and see if we can come up with anything, especially with the overpass and the river underneath. I just get a high idea, high like feeling that they have to be looking, under underpasses where rivers run, and I kind of feel like I was on the right side of it. I don't know how to. Let's scratch that because it's going to lead to confusion. But they just have to be. It's like an overpass, water underneath. That's where they need to be looking. So, everywhere in an hour radius from where she was taking, I'm going to say hour. Let's say it was an hour, not 20 minutes. Let's say an hour from where she was. Everywhere there's an overpass and a river underneath it, just follow the rivers. Everywhere there's an overpass and a river under it, I would be there looking. So that's kind of like the impression that I got. So I will try to do more. You can definitely leave your comments down below. I can tell you that if you want my attention real quick, the quickest way to get it is to go to ohiomedium.com and click on the contact page and send me an email. A lot of people will come to Facebook and leave me a message, and I really would prefer that you come to ohiomedium.com and then go and then hit the contact page and send me an email, because if I don't get a chance to respond to the Facebook thing, they rate you on your response rate, and I'm like, oh, I gotta respond to all of these, because if I don't, then the response rate's gonna go down. So it's just much easier if you will come to ohiomedium.com and go to contacting Brenda, because that's where I'm always in there, because ohiomedium.com, of course, I have customers, and I go in there to see, what's going on with my customers, if there's orders that have come in, so you will come in there and I will read it. So please try your best. I mean, I'm not saying don't contact me through facebook.com, but I am saying that it's best that you do contact me through ohiomedium.com and then click on the contact page, okay? So that's it, and that's it, guys. Okay, so I will try again to create another video pretty soon on how to locate, or if I get any more information, I will say on Jayme class, okay, in regards to locating her, okay? And if you have loved ones that you want me to do readings on and I haven't gotten to them yet, don't be afraid to resend them back to me and just say, hey, remind me. And you can leave comments down below too, but sometimes they get lost. So if you will just take the time to go to ohiomedium.com, click on the contact page, I will see it, okay? I have gotten most of them done. I know there are a few that I still haven't gotten to, and I will get to them. It just seems like the Jayme class case, I had to take care of it because this happened, and there's a possibility she's still alive. So if you, okay, I'm gonna quit talking, guys, because I can babble on forever, okay? So if I don't talk to you again, you guys have wonderful holidays, and that's it. Blessings. I really hope that this helps in some way. I will do my own research too, as far as the bridge and stuff, and see where I can help get more information. And I do hope and pray that we're able to bring these girls safely home, and I will definitely keep the families in my prayers. Okay? Blessings, everybody. Goodbye. Have a great day.